right, so this match for you comes to us from Dalek, who's here a lot, that we appreciate a lot. Very kind, down-to-earth homie. Playing Demogorgon, good old Demogorgon, from hit Netflix theory Stranger Things. Running very, very good add-ons. The two add-ons you should be running on this killer at any given point: Barb's Glasses and the Blackheart. You're on Temple of Purgation, which is mostly a survivor side of map. It's a pretty long map that it's kind of like Ormond in the sense that it's a huge map. A lot of resources everywhere. There's a shack and there's a main building that cuts you off from being able to easily pressure each side of the map. In terms of your build is very, very chill and kind of all over the place. Enduring, Demo already has anti-pallet utility as their base kit, and you have Barb's Glasses, so Enduring's kind of redundant. Shadowborn is just a comfort perk. You don't need to run that. Deadlock's a good choice. Nowhere to Hide is a great perk. I would probably use this in tandem with like Pop or another kick perk like Overcharge or something. That way you can get value out of those kicks besides just the info. So if I was going to change one thing, and I know you Shadowborn users, you guys are addicted to this thing, I could probably not convince you to take off Shadowborn, but I could probably convince you to take off Enduring for Pop at least. But yeah, that's my take. Okay, you're actually using your portals, which is something that I always lambaste demo users for doing, is like not setting up their portals, only using half your power. I see a lot of demos do that, and I always find it silly. Good early chase, which I appreciate. You've already set up a couple portals too, so it's not like you're foregoing the other half of your power. Good, you're trying to line up an M2. I like it. She probably, yeah, I was like, she's probably just gonna make it, but that was, that was a good attempt. Demogorgon seems like my style of killer. Yeah, Demo's probably the most balanced character in the game. Like, if I'm looking at, like, a fundamental killer that's like, you could have just M1'd there. If you're looking at, like, a fundamental, like, a fundamentally well-balanced killer from the top to the bottom, Demogorgon, like, 100%. Yeah, you knew that guy was on the gym back there. What, M2 break? That's a good question. This person's using Barb's Glasses, so definitely not. Definitely not with Barb's Glasses. But that is something I would have to check, because I don't know the numbers on that off the top of my head. Yeah, it was kind of like, you tried to bait the quitting out, but you didn't know where they were. I don't think that's really you playing bad. You kind of did everything you could. Okay, at this point, I would... Yeah. At this point, I would probably lose Cheryl, because you've taken out a lot of... Okay. Luckily, she's in a dead zone, so you didn't have to. But if there was a lot of resources there, you did devote 2 full gens worth of time to chasing this person. So if she was going to make it to, like, 4 other pallets, I would have left her by then. Wraith? I would say Wraith, but, like... Wraith with kick perks is extremely obnoxious. I think they kind of edge out Demo a little bit, because they are able to deliver kick perks so well. Yeah, go for quitting here. Okay, she's being weird. I don't know why she is. I don't know what her game plan is. She does have a flashlight, so be careful. Yep, there it is. Because she's off the record, so she's trying to, like, get her endurance value. I would just pick up here. I would not get... Okay, you got the hit. But I would just pick up here. I would not try to do, like, a big slug situation, because you're letting her set up another flashlight save, or make it to a pallet. Case in point. Yeah, and now you're just in this same situation again. Oh, she messed it up. That was on you. She should have gotten that, and they should have gotten the quitting out. Yeah, that's why I was like, don't slug when you know there's a flashlight save around, because they're just going to be able to position for a flashlight save again, or, crawl under a pallet. So you were very, very lucky that that didn't go your way. Or you're very, very lucky that that ended up going their way. Yeah, that was luck. That was not a... That did not happen because of a good play. You do have a good setup with, like, you have, which 2 survivors you're mostly pressuring, which is, oh, that's unfortunate. At least you have enduring. Conversely, you have no pressure on this Nick Cage, so I probably would not spend time chasing him. I would focus on the two people you've already hooked, which is Cheryl and Quentin. I would not start a fresh chase with somebody at 2 gens when you need somebody dead. You know what's funny? The last couple match reviews, we've had conversations about like overcommitting or like undercommitting and that being an issue. This match is more of an issue of overcommitting than anything. This seems like an overcommitment. There you go. I'm glad you left him. You realized a bit late, but you did realize, like, hey, I don't even have any hooks on this guy, and I don't have, like, Phoenix or anything. Is that gen even worth kicking? It has, like, no value. Oh, you have nowhere to hide. Never mind. Never mind. You have nowhere to hide. Ignore me. I do that all the time as Xenomorph when I'm running that bird. Understandable. Understandable. Yeah, I would be focusing on Witten and Cheryl first and foremost. Common is striking? It really is. You're right, Felix. That does happen a lot in match reviews. And which would, you know, make more sense. Some of the times it makes sense because, like, you know, like pain res and stuff like that, but a lot of the time, even then, it's not really understandable. Yeah. I'm trying to be a silly guy. A silly little guy. Yeah, you have trauma bouts now, don't you? Just a silly little guy. I haven't had a Wesker match review in a while. Kind of puzzling considering he's the most played character. Ooh, interesting. Once again, he's your obsession. You haven't hooked him once. Just go for sure. No! Why are we chasing fresh survivors at 2 gens? Why are we doing this? Riddle me this, Batman. Why are we starting fresh chases with people and 2 gens? Focus on your 2 survivors. Focus on your 2 pressured survivors. Stop. Stop! Found a way to make MOT balanced? I also found a way to make MOT balanced. Go ahead and tell me yours. But my idea is to make it like coup de grace. Or more like Fire Up, rather. I think Fire Up's a more applicable comparison, where it grows in strength over time. So first injury is 1% speed. You know, injured after second hook is 2% speed, and at death hook, it finally becomes current MFT as kind of like a latch ditch effort to survive, which definitely makes it kind of an anti-tunneling perk as well. So make it deactivate in your deep wound. That doesn't fix the perk necessarily, but it does make it nice for characters like, you know, Gaslinger, Legion, etc. People are scared to get hate for tunneling. I mean, people are going to get mad either way. I think that's my thing. That's my stance on that. People are like, but if I tunnel, they'll get mad at me. Like, people find ways to get mad at you no matter what. So, don't worry what people think of you. Especially while playing Dead by Daylight. People will find a way to get mad at you no matter what. So don't let that stop you from doing things. I like your perk pack. Your perk pack's pretty neat. I don't like all this, like I like all my colors to be the same. So if it's a tier 3 perk, I still want it to be purple, or at least all one consistent color. But it's a very pretty perk pack. I like it. I think you saw Cheryl over there, and she's Death Hook. Yeah, you saw her in the distance. So you should... Yeah, you've set up your portals, but you haven't really been using them. Which is interesting. Luckily, you do have them for pressuring the gen, which is nice. Yeah, exactly, Plum. Do you want to see LOL easy, or do you want to see bro, why did you tunnel? I will take bro, why did you tunnel every day of the week. Over just like, haha, easy. Definitely take bro, why did you tunnel every day of the week. There's scratch marks right here. There's Cheryl. I know rogue partner's in the way. You're panicking right now, and your Death Hook Gamer is right here. Your Death Hook Gamer is right here. Like right by where my cursor is. You're a Death Hook gamer that you need to get out of this game as quick as possible is right here in front of you, and you're panicking, and you teleport away from her. Oh. Yeah, I just paused, and everyone's like, wait, why are you pausing? I'm like, I think I saw something. Ooh, that was a good attempt. I can appreciate that. Why I didn't see her? Yeah. There's your other, I don't, Quentin is not Death Hook, but you have, I mean, at this point, like, yeah, you really just need Cheryl. You should be on Cheryl right now. That hurt me. Luckily. Oh, that hurts. Pour one out for the homie. That sucks. That just sucks. Oh, that hurts. I am so sorry that happened to you. I've done that before where I go to yank somebody out of a locker and it just like hooks me to the wrong locker. It's pain. It's pain. Felt. Been there. Hi, Brent. Hey, Eli. How's it going? How are you, homie? How's your Monday treating you? Watching clips. We're doing match reviews, Lawful. Match reviews. Every Monday we do match reviews that people submit in order to help them get better at the game. Help them get better at the video game. So, yeah. Not training you for comp or anything, but I can certainly help you be way more consistent in your general matches of Dead by Daylight. Yoink. Hope you're doing well today, Level. You sleepy? Then nap. Take a nap or a sleep. It is getting later. Depending on what time zone you're in. Take a sleep. I love how much Demo's arms just like stand out on Shadowboard. Like he's like, hello. It's very funny. Okay, you know what? Never take off Shadowborn, actually. It's too funny that his arms are just like super extendo in Shadowborn. Well, you got Bill dead, which is good. You've been focusing on Cheryl this whole time, but Bill kind of revealed himself as also weak link, and you ended up... You know what's funny? In the time the Cheryl was Death Hook, you ended up, like, like killing Bill, which is very funny. That's how much of a... No offense to the player, how much of a weak link he was. Like, in the time that you should have been chasing an entire different gamer, you put somebody else on Death Hook, which is very funny. Anyway, how's it going? How are you, Omi? How was your Monday? Imagine if you found him earlier. There was no way for you to psychically... Don't leave him. Don't leave the Cheryl. She's dead. SMH my head. My head. Your chases got very efficient. Like, that little panic that they put in you has made your chases better. Like, you teared up. You teared up as a player. You said tier 3 demo coming right up. Because your chases have been way faster. She had Addy too. Your chases got very quickly. Like that's, like I said, you literally took Bill to death. In the time that you should have had Cheryl dead. Because your chases got so efficient out of nowhere. You perform well under pressure, I guess is the compliment. Okay. I might have picked Quentin up first. Because, yeah, he's fully recovered at this point. Whereas, like, she won't be. So that could have probably resulted in a 3k instead of a 2k. If you had done that in that opposite order. Starting eating their Wheaties mid-match. Drinking milk. Eating their vitamins, saying their prayers. Okay. I think, like, I don't, there was a brand new part in there. That I don't blame you. And approve. So, like, you know, that obviously was working against you. And, you know, that obviously sped the gens up more than usual. I think, okay, so I'm going to break something down for you. In terms of your main takeaways. In terms of your number one, and the number one reason that you lost this, we're going to talk about this in a different way. Because usually we talk about, oh, at 2 gens, your Death Hook gamer needs to be gone. So you did something smart here, and then you kind of abandoned it. That kind of feeds into that eventual, like, Death Hook gamer conversation. So I've talked about this before. I used to do match commentaries where I would, like, play a match and then I would give you commentary, like, what's going through my head. I haven't done one of those in forever because, honestly, they weren't that great. But one of the things I said is, a lot of people ask me a lot. It's like, bro, how do you find Killer more comforting than Survivor? Because you're literally trying to manage 4 people at once instead of 2 people. And how is that not stressful for you? And the answer is I don't. I don't manage 4 people at once. I manage 2 people at once in pairs. And you did that initially. You decided, instead of trying to pressure the whole team, I'm going to pressure Cheryl, I'm going to pressure Quinn. These are my 2 picks. These are my 2 characters that I want to pressure. And then about halfway through the match, you started having really long chases with mostly the Nicolas Cage. Mostly the Nicolas Cage. You ended up with like 3 or 4 chases that then ended without an injury, without a lot of pallets gone. Like, that was just, like, not worth it at all. And then you ended up chasing Bill and getting him out of the game to your credit. But you had to go through a lot more effort to do that than if you had continued the pressure. You had already started on Cheryl and already started on Quentin. So what you did initially was a good thing. Instead of trying to, you know, do a 1v4, do a 1v2 and just kind of trade off in pairs. So once you get Cheryl and Quentin out of the game, then you can focus on Bill and Nicolas Cage. But you started that and then you quit it, which is why you ended up in such a bad situation, because you ended up wasting a lot of time chasing people that you didn't have a lot of pressure on, at least not yet. So I would definitely have stuck to that. Yeah, I was trying to find a way, because, like, I feel like we say that one a lot, like, get your Death Hook gamers out. Get your Death Hook gamers out. And that's not really, like... I feel like it was more than that, and it's the fact that you were, like, not putting people into pairs. Also, second takeaway, you were panicking a lot at the end, and I could tell, because literally Cheryl, which was somebody that you're, you know, your primary target that you should have been getting out of this match earlier, like, she was right in front of you. You were doing that at the end. You were doing that teleporting spree to try and, like, guard the last gens. And Cheryl was right in front of you. And you literally teleported away from her because you were panicking. Like, so this is something that I have brought up, I think, before, but I don't think it's been a takeaway. So I'm going to make this your takeaway, is that you should play to the end game if you're at 1 gen and you know the last gen has a lot of progress, or at least moderate progress. You should start playing more to your end game and thinking about your end game instead of trying to save the game right now. I see that as a trap so much when it comes to Killer. Is people will, like, pull their hair out, stressing themselves out trying to defend the last gen, instead of just going, okay, that gen has like 60-70% progress. There's no way, without having a better build or playing a better character, that I'm going to be able to defend that gen from like 3 or 4 people trying to get it done. So I am just going to commit to this chase on this Death Hook gamer, get them dead, and then kill this other Death Hook gamer, and then chase another guy for the 3K or the 4K, depending. Like, you would get a lot more value by plotting for how your end game is going to go and setting up your end game than, like, teleporting around the map frantically trying to defend the last gen. And you probably would have had at least a 3K, if not a 4K, if you had done that. If you just kind of said, fine, take the last gen, but I'm going to go have some quick, efficient chases with some people and set up my end game. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.